Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I just recorded a video before I'm eating chocolate, sorry. I recorded a video already. I uploaded it, and then for some reason the app that I'm using cut the video off at like 10 minutes and 30 seconds. So if you guys watched it before and obviously saw that it got cut off, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna just record this whole thing over right now. Alright, Ashlyn. Meet YouTube. Say hi. Alright, so this is my baby girl. She was born on November 21st. She was 8 pounds, 9 ounces, and the cutest thing ever. I will first just talk about my labor and delivery story, and then I'm gonna jump into the other crap that's going on in my life, which is not the fun part. So also, if you're already friends with me on Facebook, you already know what I'm talking about, I'm hoping. But so basically on November 20th at like 5 in the morning, I was having really bad contractions, mostly back pain. Like my back was in such excruciating pain, I felt like I was gonna die. And so I was screaming pretty much, and I woke my dad up, and he told me that he was going to take me to the hospital if I didn't shut up. So I got admitted into the hospital at like 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning. When they admitted me, I was in so much pain. I had to poop too, which I know is TMI, but like it was the worst thing, because when you're in pain like that, like your back hurts so bad, you can't really like push anything out, you know what I mean? Gross. So I had an enema. I just had like a really bad experience from the jump, let's just put it that way. I ended up getting an epidural at like 1 p.m. Wow, she's making me so hot. I got an epidural at like 1 p.m. Or maybe it was earlier than that. No. Yes, it was earlier than that. I don't know what time, but I got my epidural, and then at 1 p.m. the doctor broke my water because it wasn't breaking on its own. And then, let's see, then, so I was just basically laying around for hours, like waiting for stuff to happen, contracting, blah, blah, blah. I'm sure you know how it goes. And for some reason, I was having contractions, but they weren't strong enough, and they weren't really, like, changing very much. Like, they weren't getting stronger. Did I say that already? I took a few naps and everything like that and tried to relax, and I was still dilating. Like, I fully dilated to a 10, I think, at around 2 in the morning, and that's when I could finally push. So it was a long time of me in the hospital. It was day 2 now. And I pushed from 2 a.m. to 7 a.m. when they decided that she just wasn't coming out, so we're going to try to put a vacuum on her head. Not literally a vacuum, it's like, I guess, a suction cup sort of thing. They kind of just popped it on her head, and told me to push, and while I was pushing, they were trying to pull her out. Well, that thing popped off. It wouldn't work. So she's like, okay, well, since this isn't working, we're going to go ahead and do a C-section. And like at that point, I wasn't even scared. I wasn't even upset about it, because I was just like, okay, do what you gotta do to get her out, because I am like tired of this. So I went into the operating room, and he gave me some numbing medicine, the doctor, and then he was like, he poked me with like a needle on my arm and then on my leg. And asked me if I felt it, and I was like, yeah. So he gave me some more medicine and was like, okay, do you feel the pricks now? And I was like, no, I don't. And then I was sitting there just looking around, and all of a sudden I was like, I have to really throw up. And they gave me this bag, and I threw up. And before I knew it, I was asleep. I don't know why he put me to sleep. He told my sister it was because I still felt a needle, which I told him that I didn't feel it, so I'm just kind of confused as to how that happened. But moving on, she ended up being born at 7:10, and I was still asleep. I was asleep from the time he put me to sleep to about 10:30, I think. I didn't get to meet her until 10:30 in the morning because I was still asleep, and then I woke up in some random room in so much effing pain that I was like, where's my child that I just had? This is all super, bless you, confusing. And I was really upset about it because I wanted that whole connection that everybody was always talking about, where she gets put on your chest and you just lay there with her and you're falling in love and like you're not in pain because you're numb. I didn't get that. I didn't get to have that. So I really did not enjoy myself. But I mean, it was still obviously nice to meet my daughter. It was just a different experience than I had hoped for, and it was a lot harder for me to connect with her. Let me turn these lights off. So yeah, it was a lot harder for me to bond with her. I didn't really get that whole experience, so I didn't enjoy my stay at the hospital pretty much at all. So after that, my whole family came in when I met her, and it was kind of nice for them, I guess, but for me, I was just in like a ton of pain, and you know, it just took me a second to like fully adjust to the fact that I just had a baby, I guess. So that's what happened, and that's why I didn't vlog any of it, because I was in surgery, so obviously I can't, have a camera in there. And so then I ended up staying in the hospital. Since it was a C-section, I stayed a day longer than you would have if you had vaginal delivery. And I left with her. We got discharged on my birthday, which was also Thanksgiving. And I was in a ton of pain. And because it was Thanksgiving, the doctors failed to tell me this, but the pharmacy was closed for the holidays, so I couldn't get any of my medication. So I ended up not having a fun holiday either. So besides the crazy and horrible experience of surgery, I have a baby, and I'm still blessed no matter what, and I was really happy to have her. It was just all really shocking and different for me. So I'm glad she's here now, because I complained about it a lot when I was pregnant, and I thought that I was going to have her so many times. Like, I swear, I thought I was going to have her, like, on Halloween, that she came almost a month later. So she was just really stubborn, and that's why I had to have surgery. So I'm just pretty much over it. I'm glad that part of my life is past me. So that's pretty much my labor and delivery story. I know it's not the best. I couldn't even vlog it. I had so many plans for this channel so far, and it's not really working out, but I promise that'll change. I'm about to go ahead and attend to my little baby, but I am gonna vlog a separate video some other time, maybe in a few days or something, because it's kind of a touchy subject, and it's about the DNA results that we got back. Because I know if you're new to my channel, you don't know this, but we had to get a DNA test done for her because I didn't know who her dad was. Long story, I'm gonna explain it another time, but thanks for watching, and stay tuned.